Hello guys, today we will be explaining question number 1. First, we need to point out the information given. First production unit, for 70% capacity, we get 7,000 units. Next, full production unit, we need to calculate 7,000 divide by 70%, then we get 10,000 units. The selling price is already given in the question, which is 70 ringgit. Next, total fixed cost, we need to calculate 2/3 times 60,000, then we get 40,000. Next, other cost. Other cost, 60,000 minus 40,000, then we get 20,000 ringgit. To find variable cost per unit, we need to plus all the direct material, direct labor and other costs. Then, we must divide by 10,000 units. Then we get 7 ringgit. Question first, we need to calculate BEP in units and BEP in RM. For BEP in units, formula total fixed cost divide by contribution margin. To find contribution margin, the formula is selling price per unit minus variable cost per unit, which is 70 ringgit minus 7 ringgit. Then we get 10 ringgit. So, BEP in units, total fixed cost 40,000 divide by contribution margin 10 ringgit. Then we get 4,000 units. For BEP in RM, BEP in units, 4,000 units times with selling price per unit 70 ringgit. Then we get 68,000 ringgit.
Next, we're going to calculate the margin of safety in unit and in value. So, for the margin of safety in unit, budgeted sales minus the BEP in unit. So, budgeted sales 7,000 minus BEP unit 4,000. So, the answer is 3,000 units. For the margin of safety in value, 3,000 units times 70 ringgit. 70 ringgit selling price per unit. We got the answer 51,000. Okay. So, the BEP shows that the company need to produce 4,000 units in order to cover all the costs. Meanwhile, the margin of safety shows that the company is in safety zone. Unless the sales is less than 3,000 units, it will cause losses to the company. Next, we're going to calculate the profits. The profits formula is total sales minus total variable cost minus with total fixed cost. So, the answer we get here is RM 30,000 ringgit.
Next, we move to question B. The new selling price per unit is RM 20. The variable cost per unit is 9 ringgit because we get from 7 plus 2 additional in materials. Then contribution margin per unit is RM 11. So, total fixed cost is RM 45,000 because they have increased by 5,000. So, sales unit dropped by 500 and we will get the new sales unit is 6,500 units. Okay, next, we need to find new profit. The total sales is 6,500 times 20 minus total variable cost 6,500 times 9 and minus 45,000 and we get to 26,500. So old profit is RM 30,000 and new profit is 26,500 ringgit. So we get so there is a decrease in profit 3,500.
So for question C, the given item is selling price per unit 70 ringgit and variable cost per unit 5 ringgit. From these two items, we can find contribution margin per unit, which is 12 ringgit by 70 ringgit minus 5 ringgit. The given total fixed cost is 60,000 ringgit. So from these items, we can find break-even point and margin of safety for Nonama Sdn Bhd. So the first one is break-even point in units. 60,000 ringgit divided by 12 ringgit, we got 5,000 units, and in RM, 5,000 units times 70 ringgit, we get 85,000 ringgit. So margin of safety in units 7,000 minus 5,000, we got 2,000 units. And in RM, 2,000 units times 70 ringgit, we get 34,000 ringgit. So Arama Sendirian Berhad we already got from previous question. So BEP units 4,000 units, BEP RM 68,000 ringgit, and margin of safety in units 3,000 units, and in RM 51,000 ringgit. So we can compare using units. So the conclusion is Arama Sendirian Berhad has lower break-even point in units and higher margin of safety in units compared to non-Arama Sendirian Berhad. So Arama Sendirian Berhad is operating at a lower risk compared to non-Arama Sendirian Berhad.
This is the last question for 1B. So let's explain to you guys how to explain this question step by step. So we need to identify the given information. Selling price per unit for this oven is 1,850. Selling price per unit for electric oven is 1,650. Variable cost per unit for this oven is 1,100. Variable cost per unit for electric oven is 650. We need to calculate contribution margin per unit by using the formula selling price per unit minus variable cost per unit. So we can get contribution margin per unit for gas oven 750, for electric oven is 1,000. Okay, based on the question, given sales mix for gas oven is 1/4 equal to 0.25. For electric oven is 3/4 equal to 0.75. We need to calculate weighted average contribution margin, which is 0.25 times 750 equal to 187.50 cents for gas oven. And then for electric oven, 0.75 times 1,000 equal to 750. So we need to total the weighted average contribution margin, which is 937.50 cents. Next, we have to calculate BEP units by using the formula. Total fixed cost is given 145 million divided by total weighted average contribution margin, and then we get 1,600 units. Okay, we need to calculate BEP units for each product. Gas oven, we get 400 units. Electric oven, we get 1,200 units. Okay. Next, we calculate BEP RM for gas oven. We take the BEP units for gas oven 400 units times 1,850, which is selling price per unit gas oven, and then we get RM 740,000. For electric oven, we take 1,200 units from BEP units, and then we times with 1,650 from selling price per unit electric oven. Then we get RM 1.98 million. So that's all from our group. Okay, bye guys.
Bye guys.